here tonight from First Northern Credit Union. We're talking mortgages. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So a lot of people are always talking about buying houses and selling houses, and then once you buy the house, you gotta pay the mortgage.
Right.
That's kind of the requirement. But there's a little more than just paying it. Tell me a little bit about mortgages, the importance of being pre-approved for a house. I feel like that's the first step.
So right now, obviously, the housing market's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Usually you go see a house that listed at noon, it's sold by 10 p.m. So we always encourage our borrowers who are even kicking around the idea, if you actually are serious about it, you should really look into getting pre-approved because you want to make sure you qualify.
Okay.
You don't want to look at a $400,000 house and find out you only qualify for a $200,000
Okay.
house. So we really try to work through that and make sure they have all the documents and everything they need.
Because no matter what house you end up buying, if you go to the credit union first and talk through all of this, like, you're just going to be more prepared. It's not
Correct.
going to really change the shopping for a house experience. It's just like once you find a house, then you already did the hard part.
Correct, yes. And
Which
then
is
it's
awesome.
obviously, if you want to make an offer on a house on a Sunday, I mean, we work mostly around the clock, but sometimes people aren't always there, and you want to make sure you're available to put that offer in on a Sunday at 5 p.m.
It kind of helps with the stress too, because when you're looking for a house, you know, you're stressed out, you want to find the perfect house, and you can't do much except for wait for the houses to go on sale.
Correct.
But you can do this.
You can, yes, you can
get
do this.
pre-approved.
And they're usually good around 90 days
Okay.
because when we pull your credit, it's good for 120 days. So
Okay.
they're good for 90 days. We're
Cool.
not pulling your credit every 5 days.
Awesome.
You're just out there.
So tell me about the importance of reaching out to multiple lenders when you're doing this.
So we always encourage everybody to shop around because different lenders and banks and credit unions, they offer different products, and the most important thing is they offer different rates and fees. So you want to make sure that you're getting the right product for you, and you know, you're working with the correct loan officer to get or mortgage company in order to get what you need.
Okay, all right. What about income-based grants? So how do we know if we can manage to apply for one of those?
So that's kind of a good reason why to reach out to to a mortgage loan officer to get pre-approved, is because different programs have different income limits.
Okay.
Like we have some have a income limit of around $56,000 right now for a one household member.
Mm-hmm.
We have others that go up to $117,000.
Okay.
There's some that we can put together. So obviously it depends on how many people live in your home and everything like that, and where you're looking. So that kind of helps us determine which products you are qualified for.
Okay, and how many different kinds of mortgage loans are there?
There's a lot.
I feel like there's one.
There is a lot. So that's another thing is, you know, we do portfolio lending at First Northern Credit Union. So there could be something that maybe it doesn't meet, like, not that everybody knows this, but like secondary market rules. And we can do those in our credit union on our portfolio, where not all of your banks can do those things.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot.
See, this is like one of my favorite things, because I only know half of what you're talking about, but that's good because that's not my job, that's
Correct.
your job. And like, there's so many things that we as, you know, non-experts, we're like, we can just do this without somebody. This is not something you do without the expert.
Correct.
You go to the expert who knows what they're talking about, and then you don't have to like stress out about all of this. You actually have someone whose job is to help you through it.
Yes.
And to get you to that end goal where then you can walk into a house that you know already fits your qualifications and fall in love with that house instead of a different house.
Very true.
Awesome. So we can reach out to you anytime and just get the ball rolling?
Anytime.
Awesome. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for coming in. First Northern Credit Union on your screen, all the different ways that you can get in touch with Lindsay. Coming up next, we're off to Rockton to meet the ladies from About Face, and then Reagan's back for another GDS Female Athlete Spotlight. And get this, she's going to find out with us if Skittles all secretly taste the same. We'll be right back.